Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Pubo Rama, and in today's video we're going to be talking about things that you should buy this week with the discounts and things that you should stay away from. Starting off, we have the Galaxy Super Yacht, which I am currently on. This is my Galaxy Super Yacht, and it's one of the biggest wastes of money I've basically ever spent in the game. What can the Super Yacht do? Well, not much. You can't drive it. You do have the ability to fast travel, which you can do by hopping inside of the helm, but you aren't actually allowed to drive the boat, which is really lame. I really don't understand why Rockstar can't let us drive it. But yeah, you can, move your yacht for $10,000 all across the map. The problem is, if you own a Kosatka, you can also fast travel in your Kosatka, you can also drive your Kosatka, and it's a fifth of the price to do so. Not only that, the Kosatka has missiles that you can launch anywhere. It has its own personal weaponized helicopter, unlike the yacht's unweaponized helicopter. And yeah, the Kosatka is kind of just a better super yacht in every single way. The only reason you would buy this is to show off. And to be fair, it does have some cool things going for it. Like, you can actually go into the interior and you can explore each and every room, which is pretty dang sick. I mean, how can you not like entering the super yacht and going through this really cool animation? I'm not going to complain about that, but it's only cool for about the first 10 minutes. Once you've actually like explored the yacht and you're like, whoa, I own a yacht. You then realize that you have no friends to actually fill up and party in the yacht, and it's just a waste of money. The most expensive yacht with upgrades is going to set you back 10 million. Even if you get the cheapest yacht, you're looking at a 6 million purchase, and with 40% off, it means you're still going to be looking at over $3 million. I would put that $3 million into a business, into something that is a lot more important, but that's at least my personal opinion. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments. If you obviously have a boatload of cash, I don't think buying the yacht's a terrible idea. But if you're a new player and you don't have a lot of money, this is not something I'd recommend to get. But now we can arrive to a vehicle, and a vehicle that I think is a really, really good grab, and that is the overflawed Autark, which we can see parked right on the edge of the beach. Now, I actually love the Autark. It's one of my favorite supercars in the game, and it's 40% off. In fact, all the vehicles we'll be talking about today are 40% off. The Autark is pretty fast. It actually is still within the top 20 of supercars when it comes to its lap time and handling, which is really, really important. Not only that, but it has great acceleration, it has fantastic customization, and it's not even that expensive of a vehicle, especially this week with it being on sale. You'll find it in Legendary Motorsports. I don't know, I really like driving around in this car. It looks great, it sounds amazing, and it has really good grip. So it kind of checks all the boxes that you'd want for a supercar. Now, it doesn't feature anything crazy. It's not HSW, it's not weaponized, it doesn't have a missile lock-on jammer, but if you're looking for a fun car, I do think that this is a pretty solid shout. Off-roading is incredibly fun, and driving on the road is also very fun. So what if you can have a vehicle that does both really, really well? That is this, the Vapid Flash GT, which is a rally car, and this thing has insane grip. You can see me making my way through the little rally track right now, and we are having no issues whatsoever. This car has insane acceleration, and you can see rolling through these corners, it doesn't lose any grip. It's actually crazy how good this car is to handle and make its way through these corners. You could not do this in a normal sports car or in a normal off-roader. It just, an off-roader would roll, right? If you pull out like a Canis Terminus or something like that, you're going to flip your car in these corners. And if you're using a sports car, you're just going to slide all over the place. But this vehicle, it does both things incredibly well. Plus, it's still very good on the road, so there's no problems there. And it's still really good off-road. So yeah, the Flash GT is an absolute steal. You can see how easy I'm making my way through this dirt track. And it's not a very expensive vehicle to begin with. It's on Southern San Andreas, so with a 40% discount, this vehicle is most likely less than $1 million. Like, that's actually dirt cheap. So if you don't have the Flash GT and you want a really fun off-road vehicle, I would definitely recommend to pick this up. The next vehicle we'll be talking about is the Spectre. And funny enough, you can get this car for absolutely free. All you have to do is go over to the LS Car Meet and win a single drag race. Drag races take like, I don't know, a minute to complete. And if you have a friend, all you have to do is win the race with a friend, and then let them win the race once, and congratulations, both of you now have a free vehicle. Now, I'll be honest, the Spectre, it's nothing crazy. It only goes about 120 miles an hour, as we can see, and it doesn't have the best lap time or anything like that. But it's a free sports car, which costs like $700,000, $800,000 to normally buy. I mean, earning normally $800K in 5 minutes of work would be insane. So I'd still recommend to get your hands on this vehicle. There's no downside whatsoever, and it does still have a lot of customization going for it, which is pretty dang sick. I actually love the way this car looks, and it is still pretty good on its handling. It's actually very grippy, as you can see, which is pretty sweet. So I think it's a good car. I'll definitely be picking this up on my Broke to Millions account, and I'll be making a full video on this customization, bringing it to Benny's and showcasing everything there is about it in the future if you are interested in the car's actual performance. So do keep that in mind as well. I'm not going to lie, this is a pretty tragic week. The discounts themselves are pretty and the bonus money is freaking taxi work. Rockstar gave us an amazing week with the Dr. Dre VIP contract, and I guess they decided, well, you know what, we gave everybody such a good week, now let's give everybody terrible business earnings. But let's talk about the vehicles I wouldn't recommend to buy. First of all, we have the BF Weevil. This here is the Weevil Custom, which is what you can bring the Weevil to Benny's and turn into. It is a pretty cool muscle car. Unfortunately, it just sucks on its handling, and it makes it very unenjoyable to drive. It is fast. It's actually one of the fastest muscle cars and non-HSW vehicles in the game, but still, I can't really recommend it. We have the Baller ST. The problem with this vehicle is that it doesn't have any bulletproof glass or missile lock-on jammer. And you might say, why is that important? Well, the Baller STD is not only faster, but it also features semi-bulletproof glass and a homing missile lock-on jammer. It's literally the same car. It's just better. It is more expensive, but still, I just don't really see any reason to pick this vehicle up when there's a flat better version. The Drift Yosemite, again, I just don't see much of a reason to buy this. It's kind of a worse version of the normal Yosemite because it's just worse on handling. We have the Annis Euros, which it is a cool car, to be fair. It's got some very nice liveries. You got thick thighs, saving lives. Actually, that's booty cheeks I just saw. But either way, it is a fun vehicle. Unfortunately, it just doesn't really have anything special going for it. We have the Hot Ring Saber, which used to be very, very competitive. Unfortunately, with HSW vehicles and all the newer cars, it's definitely fallen. And then we have the Vito Modern, which I don't even know why you'd buy this thing. I mean, it's a meme. It is definitely a meme, but it's not anything special. So I'm not sure what to say, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the day, I'm not saying don't go out and buy cars. They are 40% off, and you're looking for, you know, these vehicles on discount. It's not terrible, but at the same time, I just can't really recommend to buy these vehicles because they're kind of mid. So there you have it. Those are my opinions. There are some decent buys, but nothing crazy, especially for the income you'll be making. The only double income you have apart from taxi work is the yacht life missions, which forces you to buy a Galaxy super yacht, and the pay you get is pretty freaking useless. So not sure what else to say. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.